Hi guys. I wanted to make a quick video while I have a little moment. This video is about just like an update of my love life and where I am in my love life and why I'm this way. So I just wanted to tell y'all what was going on, with that and what I'm looking for in the future, right? So as you know that I'm separated right now from my husband, and I had decided to take several months off before I start dating. So I said I wasn't going to start dating again until after my birthday.
Next right.
My birthday is not until next month, which will be January. Right now it's going to be December. I think tomorrow is December 1st. So my birthday is January 16th. So after my actual birthday is when I was actually going to start dating and taking, dates, going out, getting dressed up and things like that. So I took the rest of this year off for no dating because I wanted to heal from everything that I was going through. I had a traumatic situation with the ex. I wanted to close that chapter and never reopen it again. I wanted him to go by his business and we never speak again. We're finally at the place where we don't speak at all. The trauma was my marriage, the end of my marriage. I wanted it to close the chapter, so I didn't want to go back to him. Just let that die and just start fresh, because if I learned anything in that marriage is no matter how many times I take my husband back, nothing's going to change. Everything's always going to be exactly the same, Nothing's going to change, and if this does change, it's up to him to change it, and it's clear that he's never going to change it. So why even keep torturing myself with that? So I wanted to take the rest of this year off and start fresh with someone new. I hate that I have to do it, but because I don't really want to date I really just don't want to date anymore, and I really don't want to get to know anybody else. Like, honestly, I didn't. But I've never been lucky in love. I've been lucky in a lot of other things, but I've never been lucky in love. I've never had like amazing relationship. That was never me, and it's sadly that I never had that. I've never had like an amazing relationship. So that's why I said no rushing. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to feel guys out this time. I'm not just going to accept any man into my life, and I'm definitely not going to accept any man into my bed. This time I'm going to actually feel the guy out, even if I like them like crazy. Like if I like them like crazy, I'm going to try to pull all that crazy in and let the guy show me that he's really about me and got my good intentions and got the things that I actually want from a man, and not just accept anything from a man because I am lonely or I want to fuck or something like that. So one of the reasons why I took off from like dating men is because I didn't want to add any bodies on me. Like, I took being the big 4-0, I've learned to take pride in myself. You know what I mean? I've learned to take pride in who I am, and I learned to take pride in myself. I don't want a lot of men touching me. I don't want a new man in my bed all the time. I don't want to travel 100 miles to see men and be with men, and I don't want all that, I don't want to, even though dating is nice, but it was nice in my 20s, it was fun in my 20s. I'm in my 40s now. It ain't fun no more. I don't want to keep dating. So it's just, I'm just in a different space, and having sex with 15 guys in 6 months, that's too many for me. I've slept with one guy I've slept with one guy in 6 months versus 15 guys in 6 months. Like, it's just too many dicks. I don't want all those dicks. And then that's stuff coming with diseases and shit. It was cool again in my 20s, but in my 40s, it ain't cool to be walking around having to go to the doctor after every nigga. Before, I always sleep with somebody new. I've always been like this anyway. I always go to the doctor before I sleep with somebody new, because I always get a base of where I am, and I show my partner, whoever I'm sleeping with, the base of where I am, so they know exactly what they're getting themselves into. We know where we're starting off at with me. Like, we clean slate, no HIV, none of that shit, no syphilis, no gonorrhea. We're starting with a clean slate. So if I get something when in this relationship, it's because of you, my nigga. Because I'm not gonna be out here bouncing on 15 dicks and then coming and having sex with you. It's because you done gave me something, and we gonna rock with that. So I don't put myself at risk, and especially because I don't like using condoms. I'm just gonna be 100%. I'm just not a fan of condoms. You know what I mean? So because I'm not a fan of condoms, I'm very, very particular about laying down with somebody. So whoever I'm sleeping with, that's the person I'm sleeping with. And I need to be 100% sure that that person is just sleeping with me. Because I don't want me to be sleeping with him and then he leave my house and then he go sleep with 5 other bitches. And put me at risk. And put me at risk because, you like to stick and move all day. I don't want to be put at risk. So I'm very particular. So I would rather just keep my coochie to myself until I know my coochie is valued by one person. If it ain't valued, I don't want it. You know what I mean? I don't need you to fuck. I don't need to fuck like that. Like, I've learned to discipline myself over these past several years being with my husband and stuff. I've learned to discipline myself. So I don't need to have sex like that. Do I miss sex? Sure. But I don't need to have sex like that because I've learned to discipline myself. And when I'm more monogamous now, and that didn't come from me disciplining myself. That came from kind of Eddie, my ex. If he didn't teach me nothing else, he taught me how to be monogamous. I didn't know how to be monogamous at first. I really didn't. I didn't know how to be monogamous. I like the variety. I like to sleep with a lot of people. I like to sleep with men. I like to be, one guy was just never enough. It's the same thing with each night, same difference. Same position, but it's exciting when it's somebody new. So I didn't know how to be monogamous until I met Eddie. Eddie made me monogamous. So when I got the idea of what really monogamy means and how important it is in a relationship, that changed me. And then being with my husband disciplined me. So I don't have the desire to sleep with man after man after man after man. I don't. Just because I need a nut, that's what I got the rose for. Like it doesn't suffice for a man. Like it put in place. But if I need to do what I gotta do, that's what the rose is for. Until I find the person that I want to sleep with consistently, and then that person have the whirlwind. I know that person is my person that I'm sleeping with, and nothing is off limits. You know what I mean? That's how I end up with stalkers and shit. I'm just saying, I've had a few. That's all I'm saying. I've had a few stalkers, so I know exactly what I'm doing in the bedroom. But I keep that stuff to me. A lot of people, everybody don't need to know how you are in the bedroom. That's just my opinion. Everybody don't need to know. Everybody don't need to have access to you like that. Everybody don't need to be able to tell the same story that they slept with me. They can say they wanted to sleep with me. They think I'm fine. They wish they knew what I felt like in the bedroom. Or they wish they didn't want to know. A lot of people can say they want to, but not a lot of people can say they have. And I like it like that. I don't like to be, put as a hoe or be treated as such unless I ask to be like, in the bedroom, like, treat me like a hoe. I don't want somebody to look at me and be like, that bitch is a hoe. No man can say that. I'm a hoe. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm like, so, but when I start dating again next year, I'm going to be very specific because I like quantity men, not quality. I mean, I like quality men, not quantity. I don't want any more thugs. Hang that shit up. I don't want any more. If you need a career for me, you need to have your own place, own job, own car. I don't need you to be asking me for anything. I ain't trying to be your mama. I got 2 sons that I'm mothering. I'm not trying to mother you. I need you to be able to live on your own and stand on your own 2 feet before you meet me. I want somebody now to change my life instead of it being up the way around, me changing theirs. Change my life for a change. Help me for a change. Take me out the hood and put me in a nice, comfortable home. Let me come to your house because you have the better home. And I'm always at your house. Make me feel desired and wanted and needed and loved. I want all that. I want the feeling and the emotion and the passion that Eddie has all wrapped up. all that love and kissy kissy face and we're all over each other. I want that in the man. But I also want the side of provider and a protector of Maurice wrapped all in one man. Like, he goes to work, he's a hustler, he makes his money, he can stand on his own 2 feet, he don't need me for shit, but when I do come around, oh baby, you're so beautiful. I need that. I need that. I find that guy come into my life, bitch, we getting married tomorrow. Because that's exactly what I'm looking for. No more being deprived of, you know, intimacy and sex. No more getting deprived of all that. Fuck all that. I'm still young. When my coochie can't work no more, then we talk. You know, then we talk. But my coochie still works, so I need your penis to still work. That's just what it is. I can't no more being in relationships that I'm not getting my needs met. No, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not sacrificing it. So right now, I'm going without. But when I'm in a relationship, I don't want to go without anymore. Either you put it down, or you go ahead and go find somebody who don't want sex. I'm not finna do that again. You know, I also want somebody who, you know, when you see him, he is put together. His clothes is nice. You know, he's put together. I want a whole different type of man this time around. I want a whole different type of man. I don't want anything that I dated in the past. None. You can have that. Keep it. I need something different this time around. So I believe I'm going to find it. That's why I'm taking my time. That's why I'm taking it slowly to find the perfect person for me. And because I don't want to date, truly. Like, I do not want to date anymore. I don't even want to go on dates anymore. Like, I don't. I don't want to do this anymore. I think that's what I'm having the hardest time to do it. I don't want to go and do this anymore. I don't want to meet another man. Like, I don't want to do this. But in order to find what I'm looking for, I have to do this. So, but I'm saying though, ladies, if I give you any type of advice for the future, for yourselves in the future, do not rush in the bedroom. When you end a relationship, take your time. Pull away from men. Don't just rush to them. Don't let another man, because you're horny, just lay in a bed with them. No, let them work for something. Don't just open your legs and be like, I'm horny, let's just fuck. I know the old thing is, you know, get over the old guy by getting under a new guy. I know that was the old thing, but that's only temporary. That helps you move on temporarily. It doesn't help you move on, help you heal from what you just went through. Like, I mean, you could have been in an abusive relationship, trauma, you know, physically abusive, mentally abusive, emotionally abusive. You could have been through some shit. And then you leave him and then you already attached yourself to somebody else. You ain't worked on yourself yet. You're finna do the exact same thing that you did in your last relationship with the new guy. You ain't learned nothing. So my suggestion is to pull away from a nigga for a while. Focus on you, your desires, your wants. Get yourself better before you latch on to someone else because you're lonely, because you're bored, because you're just dying to be with somebody. Take your time so you can find the right person, not anybody, because you could literally pick up another bum. You just got rid of a bum just because you just want to be with somebody. You're going to pick up another bum. Learn from your mistakes. I definitely have. I'm learning from my mistakes and I'm doing things differently so I can get a different response the second time. So I get a different type of man the next time. You understand? So that's where I am. So 2026, I'm gonna be dating again. I'm gonna be recording my dates in 2026, and we're gonna see where this takes me. So I'm ready. I'm putting it in the universe. I'm ready, and I'm going to be accepting love again in 2026. What about you guys? So I didn't have an intro to this video, but I just want to tell you that real quick. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. I'm going to actually be just talking about my goals for 2026. So I'm going to see you guys later when I talk about my goals and what I want to do for the next at least 2 years or so. All right? See you guys. Bye.